Now as Ryan, Trenton, and Sean grab your attention towards the world of sports, food, and entertainment, and away from the things that are probably more important. We apologize for nothing and anything that may be spoken, learned, or forgotten today. This is the Real Tree Shaker Show.
Hello and welcome to the Real Tree Shaker Show. I am Ryan.
And I am Trenton.
And I'm Sean. Thanks for joining us on this newest, spookiest, still slightly savoriest edition of the RTS show, where the fall weather is finally coming in to where you can leave your windows, your doors cracked. Football is not yet.
We did for a little bit, I would say, but I wouldn't do it right now.
We don't have that ocean breeze like you.
Yeah. It's just humid and sticky outside right now.
That breeze I get an hour and a half inland, you know? So
hey, closer than us, right?
It's true. I mean, you guys have Lake Nasty Water, so
you get that breeze on it.
Don't know if you want that breeze.
Even after they dredged it, like what,
40
years ago? Oh wait,
Yeah.
we're not that old because I remember that happening. Anyways, with another crazy week of football in the books, guys, little weird. Only 13 games last week. As a quick rapid fire recap, Ryan 6-7, his first losing week. Oh no, week 1 you had a losing record. Trenton.
Yeah.
Trenton.
Uh-oh.
3-10.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah. Yep. Sounds about right.
Yeah. And then I came in first with a 9-4 record.
Look at you making up 3 games. Hey, but you didn't pick the Vikings, right?
No.
Everyone lost on that one.
Yeah, we all lost. Bucks.
We all lost the Bucks.
We all lost the Niners.
We all lost
and
the Bills and Pats.
Yep. So
we all lost
those are
the
your 4
Commanders.
losses. I picked the
you lost
Giants.
double.
I know.
You lost double.
Yeah. Should have known better. I mean, I did say that the Giants always play them tough, and not to get any hopes up on the thing. So, which I did not, and it showed. And it showed.
Go Tyrod Taylor. I mean,
what an offensive juggernaut of a game there. 14-7.
Hey, I did.
Gotta love it.
I was excited.
And y'all were mocking my 3-2 pick that I had.
No, right.
Yeah.
Well, you want to have more confidence in a 3-2 game, but
hey, you saw the rumors too. The Riverboat Ron's on the hot seat. Magic Johnson's getting a little pissed.
It's not Riverboat anymore.
Oh, sorry, it's
No,
field
goal Ron. Yeah.
Yeah.
Field goal.
Yeah.
I can't block to save my quarterback's life, Rivera.
Odds are that he makes it through the season or doesn't.
He's not.
Yeah, that's the homer. You don't think so?
I mean,
I don't think you.
I don't think so. No, I mean it's tough to make the change like mid-season. You know what I mean? When you're trying, like they're gonna get rid of him, and all of a sudden Bieniemy moves up. I mean, okay, sure. Does that change much? I don't know. But there's something going on there that needs to be something needs to happen because they're playing. They just look so flat, and they're not blocking. They're not. Their defense is healthy enough to get to the quarterback at times and things and make plays, but when they're out there on the field as much, the offense is 3 and out. It's like, okay, they're gonna get tired, and I don't know. It's a mess. It sucks, but it just is a mess. So we'll see. We'll see if there's some kind of like player talk or something like that, where some of these guys, which we clearly saw on the highlights, were pretty upset, and we'll see.
Tired as shit.
Yep.
I thought Jonathan Allen said it best.
I did too.
7 years of the same shit. And I'm
tired
tired
as
of it.
I mean, it's just the truth. Like it's like the same record. It's just over and over, and like you can almost expect it and then call it. And so, what kind of fun is that? And I mean, I'm not even a player; I'm just a fan. So
there's a lot of good players on that team. A lot of good players.
I don't know what happened because Ron first got there, man. He really, I felt like did a pretty good job considering for what he had as an overall team and stuff like that, especially on the offensive level where he didn't really have I mean, Alex Smith getting hurt. I don't know what that was when he first got there, but
I think that's just how he does it. I think that's just how it goes with him. It's just he starts off really strong.
No,
and
it's
then,
when he was in Carolina with Cam, he never had back-to-back winning seasons.
Yeah,
so
is that what it was?
Yeah,
okay.
it was up and down, up and down, up and down. And I think that the talent level, I mean, just with the Eagles alone, the Cowboys, the Giants have some players, I think, but the talent's just too different, and the coaching's better. I mean, would you say McCarthy's a better coach than Rivera?
I mean, I feel like it's kind of like the same thing when you're drafting fantasy football and you're getting that running back that's 11 through 21, and they're all in the same boat. Like, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think Rivera's a terrible coach. I just think that certain players work in certain systems and philosophies that the coaches carry, and so sometimes when that's running its course, maybe it's time to change something up. Unfortunately, So
defensive coaches kind of outdated.
I mean, that too.
Kind of outdated. I mean, so shock from last night with Kirk Cousins playing the game of his life.
Yeah, Vikings in primetime.
His third game of his life since it's his third win on primetime.
I mean, he killed it. I mean,
but he played great though.
He now leads the league in passing yards, or he's just behind 2 in passing yards, but he leads the league in touchdown passes.
And he looked great without Jefferson too.
He did. Hats off to him.
I mean,
all the rumors and stuff about the trades and everything else that just hats off to him for the guy to kind of like say, hey, I'm here this year, I'm sticking around, and brush all that off to the side, and then go out there and beat a really good football team, and it's favored to win the NFC and possibly the Super Bowl. So hats off to all of them. And thank you.
He's been a little bit exposed, I think, the last couple weeks. So
something's going on.
He's not played well.
I don't think he misses. I think Debo not being there is a big deal, but not that big of a deal.
Ayuk's his guy though. I mean, he's still got Kittle and
CMC had almost 100 yards.
I mean, come on. He was that last drive. He was just forcing so much. Like all he was doing, he was like, "I got to score a touchdown. I got to score a touchdown." I was like, "Nickel and dime it. You got time. Clock the ball. Get it to the 10-yard line, then go for the end zone."
You want to hear a crazy stat on the 49ers?
No.
Yeah.
Well, where's the?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah.
Boo button. I don't have a boo button.
Boo.
Oh, we need one of those.
That kind of boo.
Every time my face shows up, you should hear that.
Damn.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, double of it. All right.
She screamed to scream. So, but anyways, okay. So the Niners are now 0-36 under Shanahan when trailing by 8+ points or more in the fourth quarter, regular season and postseason.
Wow.
So
that's wild.
What do you think that means about this 49ers team?
They're not clutch.
I wouldn't say that as much as they get off to a good start usually.
Play with the lead.
So they play with the lead.
They play with the lead, and their defense gets them the win.
Feed into their strength.
If you have to count on the offense to come back, you're kind of screwed.
Depending. Like we've seen them come back. We've seen them operate. Yes, they usually do play with the lead. But Brian, you got a point. Same thing what I was saying with Dak and company. If you're down, 10 points, you're able to come back. So
yeah,
I think we're kind of seeing.
We'll see how they respond this week too, playing their best team in the last 3, probably in the Bengals. So
I think they might have been looking ahead a little bit. Maybe Shanahan keeps it a little vanilla. I don't know, but Purdy had some bad throws. I
think at the same time, like as much as how well he has played since he's been plugged into that role, like somewhat expected for him to have a couple of games here and there to, maybe not play as well. I mean, he's played at such a bar that everyone's kind of, well, not everyone, but say like media and people and stuff like that. He's played really well for being a nobody, let's just say, but
for being the last pick in the draft.
Mr. Irrelevant and stuff.
Yep.
Mr. Irrelevant.
But I think at the same time, it's like he's coming back. He's coming back down to earth. So it's like everyone calling him elite and saying that he's this, that, and the other. It's like, man, come on now. He's only played a handful of games here. I mean, I think he is a good quarterback. I think he's still young and he's learning. What it's all really about. So it's like there is an expectation for him to kind of come back down to earth here from how well he has been doing. So
sure. He's a good game manager.
He really is.
He's just a younger Jimmy G.
I don't know if I'd say that.
A little more athletic.
I think it's too soon. I think it's too soon to compare him to anybody. I think it's like let him go out there. Let's see how he goes. Like 1 week, or 2 weeks, can't write him off yet.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he just went from Joe Montana 2 weeks ago to the Water Boy, but
right.
I don't know. I think they'll be fine. I think
wrong again.
Just get everybody healthy, and it's still a long season, and there's nothing wrong with losing a couple games to kind of just reset. Biggest shock, maybe the Lions getting destroyed by the Ravens.
Ravens getting
destroyed.
Ravens destroying them.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't see the Ravens coming out and doing all of that. Maybe maybe having a game and keeping it real close, being competitive and stuff, but not steamrolling them like that. No way.
That was probably my toughest pick of the week, I thought, of last week to decide who was going to win, but I sure didn't think the Lions would get destroyed like that.
No.
Just got owned. After Stephen A. Smith picked them as the best team in the NFL.
Well,
the week before.
He's just good for passing. I did pick the Ravens, by the way.
You did, I
know. No one expected it to be 28-0 before the Lions got their first down of the game. So,
yeah.
And Lamar is just that dude. The offense is finally gelling a little bit, spreading the ball around, and he's just really, really fun to watch and just severely underrated. And I can't believe you tried to dupe me out of getting him in Sleeper League.
You're the one that put him on the trade block. I'm trading this guy. I'm getting rid of him.
Well, that's because, I was riding Sunshine's coattails for a few weeks and,
Yeah, you put him on the trade block course. I know what Lamar.
But you offered me. Didn't you offer me?
We
Dak?
all do.
I mean,
sure.
Dak. What do you?
Dak and someone else. It was
of course. I would hope so. There's someone else in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Pollard's gonna watch Pollard. He's gonna come through this week. This is his week, I think, to be the number 1 fantasy running back.
We'll see.
Guess the Rams
this week. Yep.
We'll see. Rams have played pretty good. Except they blew it against Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Which
they lost to the Steelers, who had one of the worst offenses in the league.
How are they 4-2?
Yeah, what's that? Yeah. The Steelers just do it somehow.
Pittsburgh 4-2?
Yeah, they just win the ugliest games.
They win 6-3.
It's T.J. Watt and a long throw to George Pickens. That seems to do it every single week.
You could say that about a lot of teams. The Browns getting carried by Myles Garrett,
Yeah.
I mean, the defenses are carrying these teams. Like, in what fantasy world do we live in where the Browns give up 38 points and their defense still scores 16 fantasy points? Like, what fantasy world is this?
I don't know. I think
you give up 38 and you still score 16.
Yeah.
How many points did the Lions give up? 38? And they scored -2. So that shows you what the Browns did on defense. 18-point difference.
I have Myles Garrett. Hold on, I'm looking to see what he scored. Yeah, he got me 16.5 points last week.
Yeah, pretty good.
As a defensive player, just in fantasy?
Yeah.
Goodness.
Well, I had Olakun get me 20.5.
Yeah.
In our league, the linebacker Jags, he returned that fumble for a
and
touchdown.
14 tackles or something like that. So
yeah, and 14 tackles.
That dude is awesome. That's a good linebacking core with him and Lloyd getting better.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
There's any shockers? Jordan Love can't play.
Pat's upsetting the Bills.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, is that really a shocker though?
I mean,
Belichick didn't we all pick the Bills to win the division and win like 13 games?
Yeah, but after the last few,
I thought we all did.
We did. I'm sure. I mean, I know I did for sure.
Hold on.
But I mean, after what
we all picked the Bills to win.
After what we've seen over the last few weeks, though, like, I mean, there's something wrong with the Bills.
You two had the Bills at 12-5. I had them at 11-6.
There you go.
So I mean, maybe they're just not as. Even over the last few years, I don't think they've been good. Their defense has really held them in there. I think they've made a lot of plays, and so I don't think they've done anything to like hide or do anything with their offense into this season where it's either going to work or it doesn't. And right now, there's things that are a little off, and so when it's not working or it doesn't, you run into a Bill Belichick, team like that. Like I told you, man, those, no matter what that record is, you go to New England, man, you don't want none of that. Like he's gonna find some way to not only to upset you, but just do something different to irritate your entire plan, and then somehow
New England was 1-5 though. I mean, they were terrible.
Again,
hey man, Bill's hyped. Like, he just got a new contract, so he's hyped, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like for myself, I look back on some of these picks and I'm like, should have known. Like, simply just should have known, just based on what history has. Not even this season, just the history of stuff. It's like, yep, should have known. Like,
you know what Josh Allen's reminded me of his rookie year in the league this year. He's playing like that. He's not completing his passes at a very high percentage, and he's running the ball like way too much. Like he's like, oh, I'm just gonna run it instead of, he got better at that where he was like, no, I'm gonna stay in the pocket. I'm gonna find someone open and make a play, instead of relying on myself. So that's what it's just kind of reminded me of a lot.
I do think too that like they need more help for him. They need a running. I mean, Cook's there. They have some help. They have these running backs, but like it's just too much on his shoulders. Like where it's not balanced enough for them to be able to go down the field. Like if they're
Cooks look good though. I don't think he's looked bad.
I'm not saying he looks bad. I'm not saying it's just I don't know if they're not using him enough, or if it's Allen making certain plays or calling certain plays or doing something like that to not have it more balanced. But I don't know. I think if more of a running game there that's not Allen would help. I think
Gabe Davis 1 catch.
And again, a second receiver too. Like Gabe Davis
one catch. He's a good like home run type of player, but he's not
number 2
catching the tough passes. Yeah,
he's not number 2.
The dude ran over 1,200 yards in the game and scored 1.6 fantasy points.
Saw that.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yep.
Isn't it?
Yep.
I was like, "Geez, man!" Like
that was a wild stat. Really wild stat.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, I think if they somehow got like a solid number 2 and just somehow on the other end or on that back end just be able to run the football a little bit more efficiently and consistently, I think then the Bills would start rolling. I do. I mean, it's there. Just see how it all kind of plays out.
Yeah, commit more to it.
I think they should call the Denver Broncos and make a move for either Cortland Sutton or Jerry Jeudy. That would be.
I do agree on that.
Or
that's a good call.
Or the Giants and get him Saquon. I hate to say it, but
that would be an interesting move right there.
I mean, I'd hate to see it happen, but I mean,
you're gonna lose them anyways.
Might as well get something for it. And I'm kind of throwing this like the Kevin Garnett situation. My favorite T-Wolf of all time. But when he got traded to Boston, and he won, I was so happy for him. So Saquon's a good dude, and he wants to be a Giant, but I'd like to see him win too.
Derrick Henry's name is
That's a
popping
good.
around out there too. So
See, that would help. I think that would help.
That's really interesting.
That would just.
Yeah, that would be your thunder and lightning right there.
Yeah.
Combo Henry and Cook.
Plus, Henry can throw the ball too, so watch out for those
exactly.
jump passes.
Yeah, doesn't he have more touchdowns than Tannehill this year or something? I don't know.
Probably.
Good chance of that.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that too. So what do we take from the Dolphins? Have they shown that, okay, we can beat up bad teams, but that's about it?
Tough place to play, primetime in Philly. Just, it's hard. I think, they stayed in it for the most part. So, but,
Yeah, I agree with Ryan. I think it is a, tough place to play, and they did hang in there. They were maybe not at. I mean, Tyreek drops a touchdown pass. That probably changes a decent aspect of that game. But again, playing in Philly is not easy. There's not a lot of teams that go in there and just go and play like that style of football that the Dolphins play, and walk out of there like that, as a winner. I think again too, when you're playing some of these better teams that say the Dolphins haven't played, like this is what's going to happen. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. But if I were the Dolphins, I wouldn't be upset at all.
I mean, we're still 5-2.
Just understand. Yeah, like you went in there, you competed well, lost a road game. Cool. Go back and worry about this, this upcoming week.
Yeah.
Plus, their defense will improve. I think it's nice.
Totally.
Plus, I think the
I didn't even know if I hit a button. So okay,
that's awesome. I didn't know we had one of those.
Holy for holies! Oh yeah,
should definitely use it more.
Yeah, you should.
I can't.
Right.
Nice. But yeah, I think like we're getting Ramsey back on defense. A couple other guys, they'll improve that area. Offense though, I think they're fine. They just need to find that run game again and get that more balanced offense like they had going.
I mean,
being so explosive.
Billy was just hitting him at every spot. Like it was just like, okay, you're not doing this. Boom. And Miami just wouldn't adjust. And
yep.
I mean, still again, I mean, how hurt is Jalen? How hurt is Hulu has live sports?
I mean,
no, Jalen Hurts. Who has?
how hurt is he? Yeah,
how hurt is Hurts?
And it's a good question. I saw him with the brace and everything. They try to make a big deal out of it, but I guess we'll see. I saw when he was running out of bounds. I think before he had the brace on, he got tackled. Like he didn't seem like he was like running smoothly. It seemed like there's a little hitch in the step there, but we'll see. They love not to tell us any info until it's too darn late. So
what? Well, what? His rush yards are down a full yard from last year, and I think in the last 2 or 3 games, no rush over 10 yards. So
yeah.
Well, I mean that's not necessarily a bad thing as far as him his
seems like something's
longevity.
wrong.
Well, then I mean they keep putting him through the push tush or tush push. How do you say it? The brotherly shove.
Tush push.
The Gucci Tucci.
Tush push. The brotherly shove.
The brotherly shove.
Brotherly shove.
With Sirianni saying, "I like to look at it as 1st and 9."
Right.
So, and then Joe Thomas came out with I've been watching film on how to beat it, and it's like, okay, we'll see if anybody figures that out.
Yeah.
But he said to have the linebackers push the defensive tackle like the offensive linemen do, and then have your outside linebackers come and tackle the running backs or whoever's in the backfield pushing them. So, I mean, if you could get all that done in half a second,
you can stop it.
You can.
Yeah, it can be stopped.
Well, I mean, the Chargers couldn't do it. The Cowboys couldn't do it. I mean, not everyone.
Nobody can do it.
No one can match their brotherly shove. So with that, guys, let's just go ahead and switch over to Week 8. Week 8. No teams on a bye. Nobody's overseas. Lots of good games, lots of important games. And I think it's time after this week to know who the buyers and the sellers are. Because I think that with the week away from the trade deadline, that there's going to be a lot of sellers. Because I think the league is really good at the top and really bad.
They always say that, though, but that a lot of people don't ever... There's not a lot of moves really made.
That's true.
I feel like,
That is true, right?
But they always say, this guy's on the trade block, this guy... But you never really see a ton of moves,
A lot of talk. There's always a lot of talk and a lot of
talk about it.
Speculation and all that stuff. But, there's not usually a lot of action out there. So, and
what's the last, impactful move you saw made at the trade deadline in the NFL?
Von Miller to the Rams?
Maybe, yeah. 3 years ago.
Was that Vaughn? Yeah.
2 years ago.
I mean, there's
2 years ago.
I'm sure there's been a couple. I think I can really remember off the top of my head, but yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of talk. So, but I've heard like Devontae's not going anywhere.
Well, I mean, the Eagles got better. They got Byard from the Titans.
They got Byard for for nothing.
Those kinds of trades, I'm sure we'll see or hear things like that. I wouldn't say that's a little piece, but you know what I mean. That's a pretty good piece for them to plug in there.
Yeah.
But
an all-pro safety there.
Yeah, but as far as these rock star-ish, kind of receivers and big names and all that, I mean, maybe there'll be one. I don't know though. Highly doubt it.
Yeah,
highly doubt it. I can see like Judy or somebody on the Broncos, like Ryan was saying, getting dealt because the Broncos are definitely listeners right now or sellers right now. But outside of that, I don't see much.
DeAndre Hopkins is supposedly up for on the trading block too.
Why not?
So.
They should strip that whole team and just start over.
Yeah.
Hearing those rumors. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sean.
No, I was just saying, Vrabel's too good of a coach, and they're wasting his time with Tannehill and company.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
It just didn't make sense for him to go down there. I mean, I think it was about the money at that point. Him getting a decent contract and stuff, but just the way that offense is in Tennessee, Hopkins is more of the action-packed receiver kind of offense. Like he's going to get 8 to 10 grabs and stuff like that. And Tennessee just doesn't have that kind of offense.
And that's another option for Josh Allen and the Bills to go get D-Hop.
Right.
There is that's a good point on that too.
That would help out
big time. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and go to rapid fire. First up, Thursday night, we have those Bucks. Ryan, what the hell happened at the end of that game?
Oh man, Baker's gonna bake. I mean, just
Betty Crocker.
He's not. He has no dog in him. Like I was saying, dude. Just I mean, he's gonna manage a game. He's never gonna be your clutch guy that's gonna come back and.
Yeah, but a Chihuahua against the Falcons, at least, come on. I mean,
trust me.
Oh, yeah. With them only giving no Bijan, 1 carry, 3 yards.
Say no Bijan,
our rush deep defense got exposed with Cordero Patterson this weekend. It was freaking sad. I was like, what the hell, man? He looks like a freaking linebacker at running back, and he's the guy that killed us.
I like him though, man. He runs like it's his last play every single play, and I appreciate guys like that.
It was sad,
but it's a new week, and you guys are what? Still in first place? Half game out of first place.
No, half game out. 3-3.
3-3. Bucks at Buffalo at 4-3. Bills open up at an 8.5-point favorites.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
man. I hate to pick against them, man, but I got to go with the Bills. I just think they right the ship this game, man. It sucks. I don't want to pick the spread either, but, man, I think the Bucks are going to lose like 31-20 or something like that. It's about my call against that. I just feel like it's going to be, they'll put up some respectable points, but the Bills have to show some kind of fire this week. I can't see them dropping to 4-4, so I got the Bills taking it.
Man, before I pick, did you guys happen to watch Fantasy Now on ESPN on Sunday when
I
they're
did not.
okay? Well, they do little reports from the field and stuff through it. I don't remember which analyst was down the Bucks field, but they shot the cannons off on the ship, and it scared
Did
him.
they?
Yeah, it
Awesome.
scared him. He was cussing and everything.
Fire the cannons.
It was great. I laughed for a good while. Man, like part of me feels like I want to take the Bucks in this game because I don't trust the Bills. I mean, the Bills are going to be mad. Yes, they're going to. We could, it's probably going to be a Stephon Diggs game. But we just talked about how, is Gabriel going to step up as the number 2? Where's the run team or the run support for him? Man, I kind of want to, but I'm going to take the Bills. I think it's closer than an 8.5 point spread. I really do. So I'll take the Bills. Give me 23-21. I don't know how that score is going to happen, but yeah, 23-21.
Yeah,
The Bills Mafia's
yep.
out.
I am. It's a tree shaker sweep. I don't know. I just wanted to use that button. But anyways, I think the Bills win.
That's great.
27-21. I think it's a close game. They played better, both teams. But the Bills have Cincy next week, so they better get.
Maybe they look ahead
They
too.
might need to right their ship. But
we thought the 49ers were going to be pissed off too.
That's true.
And they got beat by the Vikings.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean.
I'm just kidding. I mean, the Bills are going to win. Come on.
I know. I'm trying to be positive for you. Then let's shift over to the Battle of Gotham with the 3-3 Jets traveling nowhere because they play in the same stadium to take on the Giants, who sit at 2-5. Jets open at a -3-point favorites.
Whose logo's on the field?
Giants are the home team.
Since they're the home team.
Giants are the home team.
Should do both logos.
Both.
That
would be
like
cool. A Super Bowl.
A little halfy. Just one Enzo's one. Yeah, that'd be cool.
The Gits.
So you go ahead.
I mean, I'm gonna say the Jets. I'm simply just gonna say based off their defense. I don't know if Daniel Jones is gonna play in this game. I haven't really heard much. It doesn't seem like it's trending that way. Tyrod has made the offense look better. Not too sure what that injury is with Saquon in his arm or shoulder or whatever that is.
Hyperextended arm.
Hyperextended.
Yeah, but he's fine, he said.
He played with it.
He played with
3.5.
But again,
quarters of the game.
I just think the Jets have a better defense. Even though the Giants have played a lot better. But I'm going to give the edge to the Jets in this one, and I'm going to say, man, give me 17-13 Jets. Like, I don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring in this game.
Nope, tied for the second lowest over-under of the week at 36.5.
Well, who's playing at quarterback is the question.
It's got to be Tyrod.
Seems to be.
It has to be.
The Giants are going to win then. Tyrod playing, I mean, come on. He gives them the best chance to win. I'm picking the Jets. I agree with T on everything.
You got the applaud there. That's awesome. Early. That's great. Let me get that back over there.
Just jumped the gun. All right. No, just kidding.
Premature applause there.
I need a boot button.
No, I agree with T. It's going to be a good defensive game. I think it'll be a little low scoring. I'm open for a Saquon touchdown for fantasy.
Yep.
Obviously, but I think it'll be like I'm going to go. I don't want to go too high. I'm going to go 17-14 Jets over the Giants.
Price is right me there.
Is that what you picked exactly?
I said 13.
Yeah, well, I'm going with the Giants. No homer pick. Analytics. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I trust Tyrod more than I would Zach Wilson. And
that's true.
Tyrod's
I do
gotten
trust
Darren
that.
Waller, actually made him relevant. Jalen Hyatt is now a factor. I mean, Tyrod's not going to. I mean, he took the Bills to the playoffs the year before Josh Allen got there. So, I mean, the dude is a good, serviceable quarterback. And I think he's just got the momentum, and the team's rallied around him, and the defense is finally starting to play. Deontay Banks has been fantastic, the rookie out of Maryland for the Giants. And I think you guys have both nailed it. Good low-scoring game, and I have the Giants 17-15.
Well, we all picked the winner to score.
17.
Well, I trust the Jets defense over any player on the field anyway.
100%.
So
100% on that.
I'll say that. I'll say they've been the MVP for the Jets.
For sure.
100%.
I'll pick them as a unit over any player.
Well, with that, maybe both their starting corners, are they both back? Is Sauce and the other dude back?
Sauce is back, I believe. I'm not sure about the other guy. But Sauce will be back.
Yeah.
They beat the Eagles without them.
Oh, no, sorry.
I
right?
mean, they've never seen an offense like the Giants before, so watch out. Okay?
I know. So complex.
Yeah, let's go to the next one. Let's go ahead and just stay with those Philadelphia Eagles at 6-1 with their nice little win over the Dolphins. At home, they're traveling to Washington to take on the Manders at 3-4, and Philly only a 6.5-point favorite. T?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't. It's tough to tell. Like, this could be one of those games where the Manders bounce back and surprise people and stuff, and I don't trust it. I hate seeing the Phillies go ahead here. But
did you know that this is their first Game 7 in franchise history?
Yes. Their 154-year history. Their first Game 7 ever.
Dang, I thought one of those ones in the 90s with the Braves went 7 back in the day.
Nope, their World Series ended in 6.
I think it said 4 players on the roster have been in a Game 7. So,
wow.
Schwarber
that's pretty interesting. Yeah, Mander-wise, I don't know. Like, just being a fan and stuff, it's one of those games where it's like they're playing at home. The Philly just saw them a couple weeks ago and took care of business, so they're going to kind of come into the same. I don't know, man. Like, maybe they have a chance, maybe they don't. They just haven't proven it themselves to be able to give themselves a winning score. So I got to take the Eagles. And I'm going to say they play them close, but 27-20 Eagles.
Well, man, I don't know. I know the Eagles are going to want to keep showing out like they have been. I just don't think the Commanders have much of an answer for Jalen Hurts and his weapons. A.J. Brown, can't cover that dude right now. He's like killing everybody. Swift's doing great. Man, I like the Eagles in it. I think they win. I'm going to say 30-17 Eagles over the Manders. I think this could be Rivera's last game as head coach.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that. If they win, again, I can see them rallying and after they're mad. They're mad right now.
Sure.
And so at home, I could see them going in there and getting the win. It's just right now, and like I just don't feel like I don't think they can.
He is a player's coach, but ultimately they all want to win too. So
they do.
So
they just can't protect Howell, and so I don't see them being able to do that against the Eagles.
Right.
And I think that makes
and they couldn't block the Giants. So
that's what I'm saying.
What's that Eagles defense and Hassan Reddick gonna do? And I like the Eagles too. I like it as a 28-13 game. But I mean, didn't Washington beat Philly last year to give them their first loss?
Yes.
So
sure did.
Yes.
It could happen with the way this year has gone. You never know. So now the hottest team in football, the Vikings, at 3-4, are going to travel to Lambeau Field to take on. They're awful. The Packers at 2-4. Vikings 1-point favorite on the road off the big win.
I mean, Lambeau's a tough place to play, no matter what team is on the field for the Packers or not. It's a tough place. It's they're not clicking. I like the Vikings in this game based on. I think they found something. Not only I think they found something last night with their offense. I think their defense kind of found a little click and stuff like that. Excuse me. I think the Packers will turn it around eventually once they figure out what Aaron Jones and Dylan's role is in the backfield, and once Love has a little more maybe confidence. It's just something seems off there. So I gotta take the Vikings in a I'm thinking 24 to 24-13 game Vikings. Cousins does this thing. Addison shows up too.
Yeah, I think everything like T said, tough place to play, but the Packers have just looked terrible. They're trending way down, Vikings trending up. I like the Cousins to Addison connection going right now. I just think he's using all his weapons. Cam Akers played really well in that game too. He got in the majority of the carries and looked a little better than Madison had. So if they can get their run game going, it'll make them even better. So I like the Vikings. I'm going to say 24-20. They're going to be a little close. Division game, 24-20.
Yeah.
Vikings over the Packers.
Well, we're all pretty close, and I have the same pick and score as T at 24-13. So yeah, if you look at it, Minnesota plays Green Bay, Atlanta, Saints, Denver, Chicago. Bye week, Las Vegas. So Minnesota, they could go on a little run here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, Kirk Cousins, second in yards, first in touchdowns, leads in passing attempts per game. And, I mean, he just had his best primetime showing in his career. And I just don't think Jordan Love's it. Like, do you guys remember seeing the stat during the game? Cousins was like 8 of 8 to start, or 9 or 9 for pass plays over 10 yards down the field, right?
Yeah.
Perfect, right? I remember hearing that Jordan Love is 38% on those throws this year. So
that's his weakness.
It's like they're scared to, I don't think they trust him. So I think,
I agree.
I think that Green Bay could be a seller here come after this week. So, with that, Rams, the feisty Rams, 3-4, travel to Dallas to take on the 4-2 Cowboys. This game opens up at a -6.5 point favorites for the Cowboys.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of hype around the Cowboys still and their defense and things like that. We'll see. I'm not sold yet, and I think the Rams go on the road, and I think they upset the Cowboys this week. I think there's points on the board, so I'm going to say 28-24 Rams. There's just something about Stafford. He's going to play on turf.
Homecoming.
He's got Puka, a little bit of one. So yeah, I mean Puka, you got Kupp on the side, you got Henderson now back in the backfield to be able to help out, and I think they go in there and shock them, 28-24. If you call it a shock, I won't.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't trust the Rams. They lost to the Steelers this last week, so at home. So I just can't trust them to win a game when they need to. So man, I like the Cowboys 28-20. I think it's Pollard's week this week. I could see him going for 120 and a couple touchdowns. Whether that's on the ground, through the air, but I think this is his week to shine. So
You think Aaron Donald gets traded?
Possibly, yeah. I could see it, but I don't know. I mean, he's gonna
A good chance.
He's gonna say please don't, so I can retire a Ram, probably.
Depends how hungry he is. I think to try to go chase a championship, if that's even something he's trying to do.
Yeah.
I don't personally think he will get traded, but I'm sure his name will be brought up.
Yeah.
Rams are just reloading. They're not rebuilding. So, but
Pretty much.
They'll need to get a quarterback in the next year or two. But I'm going to say Cowboys 24-20. I'm with Ryan. I don't trust the Rams. They're too up and down. And I think that's why they're 3-4. But they play teams tough. But they're going to lose, win, pretty much all year. And then we got the Saints at 3-4. Traveling.
Well, if they keep up that pattern that you said about the Rams, then I guess I got me a winner.
Hey, there you go. There you go. So the Saints off that. I don't know what kind of Thursday night game that was. Traveled to take on the Colts.
They were in it until Foster Moreau decided to drop the ball in the end zone. So.
Yeah, but they can't score in the red zone. That's the thing. It's like, I mean, how many freaking plays did they have in the red zone? I mean, Kamara has been fantastic in the PPR leagues.
Yeah, they were down there several times. They just could not get that thing in there. And it's just I don't know. That's based on Kamara. I don't think it's necessarily a pound and ground running back when it comes to that red zone area. So they'll probably be missing Jamal Williams a little bit from that. Even though I know he's healthy, I think, or at least
he's back.
I think he was back.
He had like 5 carries.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
But man, I gotta take the Colts. I mean, Minshew played pretty darn good against that Browns defense, and just the Colts are at home again. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Colts are 1-point favorite.
I think it factors in the fact that they are at home, and I think he does his thing. Maybe not as many turnovers because that was pretty crazy, but
Minshew.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like a crazy scoring game, but somehow I don't know, maybe a 21-17 Colts win.
Man, if Olave could run as fast as his car does from the cops, he'd probably be a lot better off. But he's pretty good at he's not very good at evading the cops. So man, I don't know. I like the Colts too. I'm kind of with T. I just think their defense is getting them there. I know they didn't play the best game against the Browns this last week, but they kept them in the game. Minshew played a nice, efficient game. Found his receivers he needed. Their rushing attack looked great with Taylor and Moss doing their thing. And like you said, Saints can't score in the red zone, man. It's been a killer. And you saw Derek Carr yelling at his receivers when he throws the ball 10 yards out of bounds. Oh, you should have gone out of bounds to catch the ball.
What are you doing?
I was like, come on, man.
What are you doing?
I know. I was like, throw the ball in bounds and I might go catch it.
Go gadget arm. I mean, come on.
When a quarterback has to do that, there's a strained relationship. So I got the Colts. I think it'll be a little low scoring. I'm going to go 23-16 Colts over the Saints.
Well, with that, I like the Saints to get out of New Orleans because they were booing Carr on every single possession, every throw.
Yeah,
I mean, as soon as he threw the ball, and you knew it was going either over Olave's head or it was going to Kamara. Yeah. So they were just booing like as soon as he started his throwing motion. So I think they need to get out of New Orleans and just kind of slow it down. And I think it will be a Kamara and Jamal Williams show. So they're going to slow it down. Minshew mania will happen, but not in the right way. So Saints 21-17. And we got the game of the week with the Texans at 3-3 traveling to Carolina, who sit at 0-6. Both teams off a bye, both teams with the rookie quarterback. First pick, number 2 pick.
Yes.
I wonder if Carolina's regretting that pick now. Or Chicago for not holding
Maybe.
on to it. But anyways, so the Texans come in to Charlotte as 3-point favorites.
I like the Texans here. I think the defense is better. I think Stroud's playing better. I know the Panthers are due for a win. They've been playing a little bit better. The connection with Young and relying on Thielen and stuff like that. I think that connection will work. I think they will score with each other.
Thielen born again, man. He's had a great year.
Yeah.
So I mean, I do like that. I just think the Texans have a little bit more on the offensive side, like I said, and the defensive side. They can score some points here. So I'm thinking I'm gonna pick 27-21 Texans.
Yeah, I'm with T on this one too. I like the Texans. I do think, like you said, I think they have a little bit more on offense, but I think it's their defense that's going to stand out in this one. Thielen's been great. He's been the best recipe for Bryce Young. I mean, he does all the stuff a rookie quarterback needs. Goes over the middle, goes short, runs hooks, does all that great. You know, I don't know that he's like he's running the right routes that Bryce Young needs. So I think that's why he's been good. But
in a way.
But yeah, I mean, it's been awesome.
Safety blanket.
For him,
I'm sorry,
and he's played that role, well, very well. So I do like the Texans. I like Stroud. It's something is telling me it's a Pierce game. Dameon Pierce, he sucked this year. He's been terrible. But I like him getting back on track in this game for about 80 yards and a touchdown, maybe 90 yards and a touchdown. So I'm gonna go Texans 23, Panthers 17.
23-17. All right. I was gonna go with the Panthers, but I switched this afternoon. Probably after like the 25th time of listening to The American Dream is Killing Me. But I switched to the Texans, and I'm gonna go 2013. And Stroud is so much better than Young, and Nico Collins, Michigan.
Yeah.
He has been solid for them. Get him the ball.
And Tank Dell's going to be back this game too.
Yep. And Dalton Schultz.
He's coming back this game.
Dalton Schultz, use him. I mean,
Schultz been there for him. Yep.
Especially in that red zone. So, next, Jags at 5-2, traveling to the Steel Town to take on the Steelers, who are at 4-2.
Tied up.
Jags come in as 2.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Part of me wants to think the Steelers are going to sneak one out again. Honestly, I think some of these games have to do with the weather. I don't know what's going on across the nation and stuff like that. As far as rain or anything like that, but I think the Jags
what's the weather? Wasn't that on Anchorage?
Brad, what's the weather?
I love Lamp. But yeah, I think the Jags are just a better squad overall. I think the Steelers are going to give them some grief. But 23-16 Jags. I just don't see the Steelers offense having enough to keep up.
Yeah, again, I'm with T again, man. I like the Jags this week too, man. I get it. The Steelers, yeah, maybe they found something on offense. Deontay Johnson was nice seeing him back on the field. I definitely think he helps out that whole offense quite a bit. That possession guy over the middle. But man, I just like the Jags, man. I know they got to get Ridley more involved. You just never know which Ridley you're going to get. And I thought Lawrence looked great, even with his bruised knee, running the ball quite a bit. I mean, he didn't look, anywhere for the worst. So I like the Jags. It's going to be close, man. I'm going to do Jags 27, Steelers 24.
You looked at my paper. That's what I have. Cheater.
Eyes off, Buster.
Right?
I'm sorry.
Yep. I got the Jags at 27-24. I've liked Jacksonville since the beginning of the season and put a lot of fantasy stock into T-Law, and
Yep,
dude just
yep.
battles. I like watching him play. And you're right, get Ridley the ball more. ETN, 6 straight games with 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
He has been fantastic for him. I mean, Kirk is solid. Evan Ingram having a great year. And then Zay Jones will be
Great
back for him
consistent.
soon.
Yep.
And Doug Peterson, still a very, very good coach, I think. And
Yes.
so 27-24 there. And now we have an AFC East clashes the Patriots, hot off their win over the Bills. Pats now 2-5 are traveling to Miami to take on the 5-2 Dolphins after they got spanked by the Eagles. Biggest point spread of the week. Dolphins at -9.5.
Oh man, I mean, we saw a couple weeks ago the Dolphins' run game ran all over New England in New England. I think the New England had one of those games last week where it was like it wasn't an all or nothing, but that was kind of like y'all were saying, joking about. That was kind of like their Super Bowl, and they got some stuff to work on. I don't think they're a terrible squad, but I think the Dolphins going to lay it on them a little bit, and I'm thinking 30-13 Dolphins. I don't see how I don't see the Patriots stopping them. So
yeah, me and T are on the same wavelength here. I love the Dolphins this week. I think they blow them out. Pats put all they had into that game last week. I have the Dolphins winning 35-13 over the Pats. I just think at home, man, they're a different team, and you know what they do when they play the bad teams? They beat the bad teams.
they beat the bad teams, no doubt in that, man. It's true.
Yeah.
And they blow them out. So that's
the only
what
thing
I'm feeling here.
About the only thing that's been consistent for them, or in the NFL so far this year, is them beating the bad teams and beating them pretty good.
That's true. I don't think it'll be Denver-esque, but Dolphins 31-17. It's all right. D-backs just took the lead.
Yeah, but that guy shouldn't have gotten stuck like that. Should have stayed at first.
It's okay. All right.
It's okay.
Now another team that's just been blowing my mind. The Falcons at 4-3 are traveling to Tennessee to take on another mind-boggling team. The Titans at 2-4 with the Falcons as 2-point favorites.
Falcons are playing who? I got lost.
Titans.
Whatever you were saying.
The Titans.
They're in Tennessee.
Yeah, Nashville.
I'm taking Tennessee in this one. Derrick Henry game. I don't think there's going to be a ton of points scored on both ends, but I don't know, 17-13 Titans. Again, Derrick Henry game. Tannehill's probably still busted up, so they're going to have a backup in. D-Hop might perform and might not. I don't know. Falcons have a decent defense too, so I just don't see a lot of action here. Like I said, Derrick Henry controls this game, so 17-13 Titans.
Yeah, I think it's going to rival the Jets and Giants score, but man, I like the Falcons over the Titans, man. I just do. I think I'm not saying Ritter is that great, but I think he's kind of found something a little bit. He has been playing better. He's been finding his receivers. He's been finding Pitts. He's been finding London a lot more than he was before. Bijan's going to have a game. He's going to be like, screw my headache. I'm a lot better now.
Yeah.
He's going to show it. It's going to be a Bijan game. I do think Henry does his thing. I think Bijan outshines him. But yeah, I like the Falcons. I'm going to say 20-13. And Titans, do the right thing. Start Will Levis. See what you got. Because Willis is not the answer. So
that's right. I mean, you have
see
to play
if
the
Levis
guy that
has something.
uses mayo in his coffee. So
there you go.
What did you pick for your score, Ryan?
2013.
2013
Falcons over the
All right.
Titans.
Well, I'm going to go with Vrabel and the boys at home with the Titans beating the Falcons 2014. I think you just give Vrabel a little extra time to, pretty much a must-win. Otherwise, we saw Byard traded just today, so we might see some more pieces going if they don't get that going.
That's one reason why I think they're already sellers. They're already kind of giving up on the season a lot, So what does that say to a team, to me, when they're already trading your star defensive guy? What is that saying? That's saying, well, hey, we're not going to win this year, so, I don't know. We'll see how they respond. And Vrabel's a good coach, but still.
Derrick Henry.
I think it could go either way.
Henry,
I think it could.
But let me just tell you, this game probably is that's what I'm going to think when I watch it. So,
hey, that might be Thursday.
Oh,
could be a possible screamer there Thursday too.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm looking forward to that as much either.
I don't know. You never know.
Hey, Falcons are the 9th team against the run too. They do stop the run. They have an underrated defense for sure.
Yeah, but I think you take them out of that dome. I think they're a little bit different.
They played in Tampa pretty well.
It could be cold in Tennessee. Who knows? I don't know.
True.
I don't know. All right, we got the Browns, who had the craziest game of the week, maybe, as they barely survived thanks to Myles Garrett and his mad hopping ability. They are 4-2 now, traveling to Seattle, who is 4-2, but the Hawks at -3.
Man, give me the Browns. I think their defense is gonna shake things up again, and they're finding ways to win right now, and there's not really much of another explanation for it. So yeah, I think they go on the road and they beat the Hawks. I don't know. It's a tough game to think there's gonna be a lot. 20 to 14. I think the defense might even get one, but yeah, Gino and company have been playing well. There's no doubt in that, but just something tells me the Browns go out there and win.
Yeah, and I'm with T again on this one. I like the Browns. I wasn't impressed with the Seahawks at home last week against the Cardinals.
Yep.
I thought they really had a chance to show up, and Gino didn't look great. I didn't think the running game looked good. I was like, man, they don't look together. I mean, they're going to win this game.
KW3 had over 100 yards.
He did. I mean, he got that, I think, closer to the end when they had sealed the deal pretty much.
They missed DK.
But
DK not being...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Bobo had a great catch.
They missed that field stretcher.
Bobo had a great catch. I mean, it was a nice throw, too, on Gino's part.
He did.
Just the overall.
Gino, I just don't...
The overall.
He's not taking chances like he did last year, I feel. He's playing way more conservative this year. Last year he was like, I got Lockett, I got DK, I'm taking chances, I'm throwing deep. And this year he's just not doing that as much. Plus, I mean, a hell of a lot better defense with the Browns. Myles Garrett's going to eat. I like it 23-21 Browns. Hell, I'd probably start PJ Walker over Deshaun Watson too. So
it's true. Yeah. Somehow he's doing a good job keeping him in
there.
He does just enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just too much dependent on Cleveland's defense week in and week out. I think Cleveland is kind of like in the same boat as the Jets, both with really good defenses, great players everywhere, but eventually the offense has to help the defense. And I mean, you gave up 38 points to the Colts and Gardner Minshew.
True.
I mean, as much as I like the dude, but no, I think
it's just a weird week.
I think they come back and the 12th man will be rocking in Seattle, and the Hawks win 24-13.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, Chiefs at 6-1 travel the Mile High to take on the 2-5 Broncos. Chiefs at -8.
Definitely going to take the Chiefs here. I don't know what that Bronco team really is. They did play. Their defense stepped up when they played in an Arrowhead, so it kept a little kept Mahomes and company under, or kept them, corralled them to a certain degree. I know they usually play well out there too. So Chiefs all day. I'm thinking 28-14 Chiefs. I don't think it's close this time.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs in this one. Enough said about them. I mean, they're just a better team. Their defense is playing really well right now too. Depends if Taylor Swift's going to be there or not, So
I mean,
she's there.
Kelsey's stats
Chiefs are
off
guaranteed
the
to
chart
win
with her there, man. They really
He's impressing
are.
his girl, so I like the Chiefs beating them. I know they got held in check last game with the Broncos defense kind of stepping up.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna go 27-17 Chiefs over the Broncos.
Marianne Doe was at that game last week too.
Yeah, I saw.
Okay.
Front row wearing the Buffalo Wild Wings hat. Sponsorship. Come on, plant by the NFL. Let's just be honest.
How funny, yep. Yeah, she doesn't look quite like the Buffalo on TV, so that's a little different.
Right.
So, all right, yeah, I think the Chiefs just keep rolling.
Barbecue wings.
Why'd you stop singing on the cruise? The cruise.
The cruise.
But I think it's still a dumpster fire. I mean, Russell Wilson's played pretty good, top 10 fantasy quarterback, but you just can't trust him late. The defense is horrible, and I think the Broncos are big sellers getting ready for next year. Chiefs 35-21. Bengals 3-3 off their bye, traveling to San Fran to take off the pissed off 49ers who dropped 2 straight. And now sit at 5-2, but the Niners open up as 5.5-point favorites.
Interesting.
I don't know. It's a tough call. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Bengals in this one. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think there's gonna be some offense scored on both ends, and yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking 30-27 Bengals. That's just what's in my mind. So I think the Niners are a really good squad. I just think there's these couple of games I think they're slipping on, and this is one of them as well. So
who did you have? Bengals?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 30-27.
Wow. Tough game, yeah. Maybe this is the game the Niners are pissed off at. I don't know. I have the Niners winning it. Do think it's going to be a close game. Bengals record after a bye, I want to say I saw is actually really pretty good. So a little worried about that, and shorter week. They get a day. The Niners get a day less. Bengals just had 2 weeks off, so I think it's going to be real close. Man, I like the Niners 24-23, inching by the Bengals.
That sounds like a pretty good pick to me, but I'm going to go with the Bengals 27-24. I think the extra rest helps Burrow, helps that offense. T. Higgins back to full strength. Joe Mixon get rolling a little bit, and Jamar Chase just keep throwing him the damn ball because he's open every effing play. So, yeah, I like it. 27-24. I think Niners play better, but Cincy, I think, is just more rested, and I think it's more of a need for Cincinnati to win this game, to get above 500 to keep within striking distance of our next game with the 5-2 Ravens coming off their shellacking of the Lions. Or your reward is you get to travel to Arizona and take on the 1-6 Cardinals. Ravens at an 8.5-point favorite.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough not to take them. Cardinals are the Cardinals. They are who we thought they are, and I think they compete again. Though I don't think the Ravens necessarily go and blow them out. So 21. I don't know. No, I'm gonna take that 24-21 game. Justin Tucker kicks a game-winning field goal.
I don't have it as close as that. I like the Ravens. I'm going to go 28-13. Ravens over the Cardinals. I do think they keep it close, kinda, but Lamar's on fire right now, and he's just unstoppable. So Ravens
as well for me, and I think this is the blowout of the weekend. I like this as 38-10.
Wow.
Yeah, Lamar's hot. The Ravens defense is really good. Really, really good.
If the Dolphins weren't playing at home, I might have thought about that, but I think the Dolphins at home against the Pats will be the blowout.
Yeah.
Could be. But yeah, I think Lamar is just cooking too much, and the Cards are just, it's time to get ready. Buda Baker, a name to keep an eye out, possibly moving. Could help out a team. All right.
Maybe the Eagles are going to get him
probably.
too. Who knows,
They'll
right?
probably get Aaron Donald, Saquon, D-Hop.
Right.
You know, the B team. They could have the push, tush, push.
They have two teams playing against them, right?
Yeah, they're going to field two teams. They'll combine the Jets and Giants, and then the Eagles' second team can take over for one of the New York teams. So, the Bears are 2-5 behind their star backup quarterback Bagnet.
Tyson Bagent. Division II quarterback. He played against the Colorado School of Mines, which they play ASU. They've been here for a game against ASU.
Oh, that's
Angelo State, that is. So they're not in the Western Conference, but they play
Mines?
Yeah, Mines. Okay. Mines. Okay. Colorado School of Mines is in hi-ho. You know?
So where you go?
So I'll turn on National Geographic, and that school will be on there. Like, oh, there's our football field right in the middle of the hole.
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe.
I don't know. Bears at Chargers.
Go ahead, T.
Chargers,
Bears at Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers 8.5 point favorite.
I don't trust the Chargers at all. I don't think the Bears go in there with deep. If Foreman's going to probably go in there and play pretty well again. Again, the Chargers defense or run defense hasn't been that spectacular. I think I kind of want to take the Bears just because. I don't know. Something tells me, but
do it.
I think it's close. I think it's a lot closer than people think. I think it's a 27-24 game. Chargers eke it out. But yeah, he didn't play bad last week. I don't know what the Bears had nothing to lose, so if they can play anything like they did last week, and the Chargers defense has been suspect, I can see them scoring some points. Just would like to think that Eckler and company, or he gets more involved in the game,
throwing the damn ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah,
and Allen too.
Let's utilize his receiving skills.
Yeah, Chargers. What I don't know what else to say.
27-24. Close.
Yeah,
he's got some close games here. I don't think it's close at all, man. I like the Chargers getting back on track. Tyson Bagent, cool story, bro. 1 week. I got the Chargers winning 30-14. Eckler gets back on track. I like Herbert having a good game. Grandpa Keenan looking good as always. So, yeah, Chargers, man. Give me them all the way. Don't think it's close.
That is the Sunday night game, by the way. And I like the Chargers too. 31-18. That team is just too good. And I think if the Chargers lose, I think Staley is the first coach fired. Not field goal
if
wrong.
They lose this game to the Bears, he
at home. Yeah, and if it's ugly
on prime time, yeah.
And our final game of week 8, guys, is the Raiders 3-4 traveling to the Motor City to take on the 5-2 Lions, who are an 8-point favorite on Monday Night Football.
Oh boy, bounce back game for the Lions. Raiders have no chance. Lions are going to score 35 points. Raiders might score 10. So yeah, give me that score. 35-10 Lions. They're gonna take them out.
Yeah, some kneecaps will be bitten in this game. Quite a few.
Got to get back to the details.
This is my blowout of the week. I got the Lions winning 41-10. They're going to drop a 41 burger on the Raiders. This is Josh McDaniels' last game coaching. He will be the first coach to be fired after this game, after they get blown out on national TV on Monday night.
And then he'll be
back. Devontae's upset. They're just going to go back on their word and trade Devontae
play the
Adams
rookie because Hoyer's 0 for his last 13 starts. Stop playing him. Stop playing him.
Devontae Adams to the Eagles.
Why not?
I don't like hearing that.
You think I like that? I mean, Ryan and his Cowboys might like that, but
Oh, no. Damn, though. Can you imagine if he went there?
Shut up. We're not going to talk about that. Next story. I like the Lions as well, and I think this is a 34-17 spread. Jared Goff is at home, where if, according to what on Fantasy Live, on the road he's like the 20th or 22nd ranked quarterback, but at home he's QB1. So QB1. I think they get back on track. Gibbs had a great game for his, coming out party, and I think that continues. St. Brown will do his thing. Laporta with a touchdown or two for a little sleeper pick. And throw Eckler the ball. Okay, I know that's the previous game, but with that concludes Rapid Fire and just another quick episode like we always say we're going to get through. But Ryan, tell these people where to find us.
You can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, on X, everywhere social media is. TikTok,
YouTube.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, okay.
YouTube too. See it. See our beautiful faces light up your day.
Only salty liberals here.
Yes. Of course not. No.
Just kidding. Inside joke. Inside joke.
I know, right?
Okay.
But yeah. Watch our stuff. Listen to our stuff. Comment. Give us suggestions on what you guys want to hear. What top fives do you guys want to see us cover? What stuff would you like to see us go more in depth in? We'll do that. We'll pop off for some short episodes and get that done too. So let us know. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll get a short one in, We
might just have to do a segment and then just hold the fist up and then we're just going to stop. Pretend we're going to a TV timeout or something.
True.
True. But with that, next week, the NBA season has started tonight, so we were going to have some NBA. Yes. A lot more content coming. This is the best part of the year of sports. NBA previews. Yes. I don't think we'll talk college basketball just yet, but we'll see what happens at the trading deadline. What's the World Series going to be looking like? And did we agree, top 5 crock-pot recipes for next time?
I believe so. So.
Excellent. So make sure and tune in for that. And as always,
that will be good.
Be savory. Be careful out there.
Yes.
There's lots of
goblins and ghouls.
Yep. But just remember, shake your trees.
Yes.
And have a nice Halloween.
Use your dust.
Yes. Have a happy Halloween.
And as always, this has been the Real Tree Shaker Show. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace, guys.
Peace.